Still, it's your boy, man. Pistons Talk, of course. After the Clippers game, return of Blake Griffin to LA, man, to face his former team. A lot going on. Definitely a lot going on. First and foremost, before I say anything, I want to once again say happy birthday to Chuck. Y'all remember my father-in-law that was on here before. Chuck, his birthday was yesterday, so shout out to you. And I appreciate you inviting me out to breakfast this morning. Definitely enjoyed that. Also, shout out to my actual father and my mother when I just left their house. So shout out to them too. Always good to go visit my parents and see my old neighborhood. So shout out to all of my parents, man, my in-laws. And let's get into it, man. Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, first and foremost, before we get to the court, in warm-ups, man, he has this routine that he does, man, where he darts off to the locker room after you get done warming up. And he used that opportunity to not shake the owner's hand for the Clippers, which I wouldn't. I'd probably rather punch him in the face if I was Blake Griffin, and he did what he did to me. I mean, I'm glad we got him here in Detroit, man, but, you obviously can't be happy to go from L.A. to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely made it his home now, but if you was to ask him that, I can probably 90% guarantee you that he would say, yeah, I'd rather stay in L.A. So I understand his frustration and his anger after the team, franchise paid him what they paid him. And had him truly believing that they were going forward with him. Totally understandable. But let's get to the game, man. Blake Griffin show today. Y'all already know he was going to come out like a house of fire today. Extra day of rest, plus all the emotions of what happened and the way that it went down. You know what I'm saying? He understands the business part, but the way it went down was real scurvy. You know what I mean? It was shiesty. They shouldn't do it that way. So you already know he was coming out today. But his supporting cast, did they come help? Yes, they did. They came and helped today, man. Of course, Dre with the 2020 game today. 2020 game today from Dre, man. Definitely noticed every time he sat down, there were problems. There were problems in the middle, man, and it spoke to what I've been saying about Andre Drummond. It's open season, you know what I'm saying, when he's not in the game. When he was out of the game, y'all already know my man started dunking everything, man. He's dunking on everything and dunking on everybody. So he was waiting for Blake and Dre to sit down, to try to, show off and get the crowd going. And that's exactly what he did. Here's the thing, man. We need Ish Smith. We got to get Ish Smith back, man. Today was a great victory for the Pistons, man. Clippers team that's been kicking a lot of behind, man. So, good win today, man. Great win today. Way to show up for Blake Griffin. We did it for Dwayne Casey. Now they show up for Blake on his big game, his big return. So, but we need Ish Smith, man. The example of what I was saying previously about how the Pistons drop off immediately when Jose Calderon, I'm not going to call him the other guy, Jose Calderon, the veteran, gets on the court, man. Instantly, things go. The Clippers were clawing their way back immediately, man. When Dre sat down, you sat Reggie and them. You put that unit out there with John Lure and Calderon. This is the unit that I despise. John Lure and Calderon gets on the court, and teams start to scratch and fight and claw themselves back and get themselves right back into the game, man. And it's a big problem. Calderon, listen, man, he's a veteran. I understand that. But he can do his thing from the bench, man. We got to get Ish back. Ish has to come back, man. We need somebody that's an actual threat penetrating the basket, man. And that would be definitely big time for the Pistons. I thought that he may play today. he was questionable today. I thought there was a chance that he would play, but obviously not. So, but we will see him this week, which is a beautiful thing for his return, man. Hopefully it holds up, man. He don't re-injure nothing or re-aggravate anything, man, because we need this guy. The insertion of Kyrie Thomas is another thing that I was paying attention to, man. Last game he had 8 points, but this game he was able to get in the game, man, and I was happy to see him get out there. You know what I'm saying? I hope to see more of that so he can get comfortable. You know, he is a rookie right now, and you know these is his first chances at the spotlight. So I want to see him get comfortable, and the way to do that is to put him on the court. Bruce Brown has definitely become a nice asset for the Pistons, man, to have. You know, the defensive tenacity at the end of the game with the steal pretty much sealed the deal, locking and loaded everything. Game was over when he got that steal, man. If he fouled the guy or not, he got the steal. So definitely a pretty good asset for this team right now, man. I can't wait until the guy learns how to shoot the basketball. Definitely will help. Reggie Bullock was more assertive today. Still feel like he passed a few shots at times, but he was more assertive, man. He ended up with 17 points. You know, of course, with Blake's 44 and Dre's 2020, you got a good chance to win when other guys, you know, have a pretty decent game. Luke Kennard is another topic. I know some of y'all seen the video of Luke Kennard getting into the argument with one of the assistant coaches, which Luke Kennard had every bit of right to. Listen, Luke Kennard gets it going. Don't take him out of the game. You complain about him getting it going. Then when he gets it going, you want to take him out. Listen, don't do that, man. don't do that. Luke Kennard was absolutely not having it. I even seen Luke Kennard today during the game, if y'all was watching the whole game, scream at Calderon. Because Calderon was out there throwing tacos everywhere, man. He was, dude was taking them. The dude threw one ball, tried to wrap it around, and I don't know what the hell he was doing. But Luke Kennard screamed at him on the court today, and I loved every little second of it, dude. I wish I could have hit rewind 1,000 times, dude, because that's what they need to do. When dudes is not doing what they're supposed to do, listen, as a teammate, show your passion and get in their ass. As much as Draymond do it and he do it too much at the wrong time, it works at times. When he gets in the teammates' ass when they're playing like garbage, listen, it works at times, man. You know, it's funny that it takes Luke Kennard to do it. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to see Blake go off on them dudes sometimes, bro. I'm out here giving you 40 points. Listen, man, I would love to see Blake do a little bit of screaming and yelling at some of these dudes, man. But that's the situation with Luke Kennard, man. You know, obviously no ill will from it because he got in the game today and he was able to play, knock down some trades today, man, that I thought was big time. So, you know, like I said, the Pistons just have to get a point guard, man. They need a point guard bad. You know, listening to what Ed Stefanski has said, man, about the draft pick situation, he's willing to unload that draft pick, dude. And, you know, if I was the Pistons management, I would definitely be looking forward to doing it myself. Trying to bring something in here that can help with that draft pick. You know, it's after the first 3-4 picks in this draft, it's going to be a nice size drop off in talent, man. So I honestly think the number one pick is not as talented as people think, man. Duke is they're losing to people that they shouldn't be. You know, Zion, he dunks, pretty dunks, man, nice dunks and all, but in the league, we all know you got to do a little bit more than that, man. So, you know, no knock on the kid. He's still a baby, man. You know, he's still young, man. So, but in this league, everybody has somebody athletic on their team. You know what I'm saying? Yes, like I said, he does beautiful dunks, man. But Zach LaVine does the same thing, and you seen how he had to learn how to shoot that basketball immediately. Because dunking in this league alone is not something that will keep you around on these teams, man. It's not that way no more. So you have to be able to have a pretty nice, addition to your game when you're just a high riser. Um, like I said again, no knock to the kid. He has a decent jumper, but NBA range, just don't know. Don't know about NBA range with Zion Williamson. Love watching the guy, but RJ Barrett is a little bit better than me. Uh, more polished game, man. More skill set. Um, so don't want to get caught up talking about them dudes so much, man. But that draft pick, he said he will unload it if need be. So we'll see what happened with that situation. A lot of us felt like the Pistons were going into tank mode. I honestly have felt like it because it just seemed that way. Some of the decision making that's going on with this team and the way that they're acting, some of the comments in the interviews, it just seemed like they were losing games on purpose, dude. Like some of the stuff, especially just watching the game, some of the stuff they've been doing, just uncharacteristic. So I don't know. I honestly don't think they're tanking. I just think they need a point guard. But a lot of fans out there do think they're tanking. Well, yesterday, I seen a lot of tweets still coming up on Twitter about the Pistons are officially in tank mode and tank. I've been seeing that, so we'll see what happens with that situation, man. But I'm just in here blibber blabbing, talking, running my mouth, man. So all these, all that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't come from no sources or nothing like that. But that's just that, man. I already been talking over 10 minutes, man. So let me get my behind out of here, man. Got to figure out what I'm finna do for the night. So definitely catch y'all guys later, man. Leave it in the comments. And you want to talk Pistons, man, follow me on Twitter. Everything King, man, on Twitter. That's where I do most of my talking, man. So definitely shout out to everybody that's following me on there. And that has decent amounts of dialogue in between me and them. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Catch up with y'all later. Everybody have a blessed day out there.